Good morning, one and all. Good morning, dear students. Today we will see the guest lecture on diversity of invertebrates through general characters. I am Mr. Pavan R. Thakare, Assistant Professor, Department of Zoology, Shri Shivaji Arts, Commerce and Science College, Akot. We will see today everything regarding with the diversity of invertebrates through general characters. So let's start from the phylum Protozoa. We will see the general characters from phylum Protozoa up to the phylum Hemichordata. Dear students, as we all know aware about, there are total 30 invertebrate phyla are found. Among 30 invertebrate phyla, there are only 9 major phyla and rests are minor phyla. So the 9 major phyla, today we will discuss the general characters of that 9 major phyla, that is general characters of phylum Protozoa up to the phylum Hemichordata. Okay, let's start with details the general characters of phylum Protozoa. These protozoans are generally small, usually microscopic animalcules, ordinarily not visible without a microscope. ये बहुत छोटे स्मॉल रहते हैं, माइक्रोस्कोपिक एनिमलकुलस है जो हमें सिर्फ माइक्रोस्कोप के सहारे से ही हम उसे देख सकते हैं. These are simplest and most primitive of all animals. These are simplest animals and primitive animals among the all animals. The body of protozoans is unicellular or acellular, containing one or more nuclei. बॉडी जो रहती है वो एक सेल से बनी हुई रहती है, या फिर कोई प्रोटोजोन्स ऐसे हैं जो उनकी सेलुलर बॉडी नहीं रहती है, वो असेलुलर बॉडी रहती है, containing one or more nuclei. Free living protozoa live over inside the bodies of animals and the plants. जो फ्री लिविंग प्रोटोजोआज है वो एनिमल्स के बॉडीज़ पे रहते हैं या फिर प्लांट्स के ऊपर उनका हैबिटेट रहता है. प्रोटोजोन्स आर सॉलिटरी और फॉर्मिंग लूज कॉलोनीज. जनरली वो अकेले में पाए जाते हैं और कॉलोनीज जनरली वो फॉर्म नहीं करते हैं, कॉलोनीज में वो नहीं रहते हैं. बॉडी सिमेट्री नॉन बायलैटरल, रेडियल और स्फेरिकल. Locomotor organs of protozoans are finger-like pseudopodia or whip-like flagella or hair-like cilia, or sometimes locomotory organs are absent in case of certain protozoans. Nutrition may be holozoic, that is animal-like, holophytic, plant-like, saprophytic or the parasitic. ये दूसरे एनिमल्स के ऊपर अपना न्यूट्रिशन चलाते हैं, प्लांट्स के ऊपर ये डिपेंड रहते हैं, सैप्रोफाइटिक मतलब फंगस के ऊपर भी ये डिपेंड रहते हैं, और पैरासाइटिक नेचर अपना वो प्रोटोजोन्स दिखाते हैं. डाइजेशन इन केस ऑफ प्रोटोजोन्स इज इंट्रासेलुलर एंड अकर्स इनसाइड द फूड वैक्यूल्स. इनका जो डाइजेशन रहता है इंट्रासेलुलर रहता है एंड फूड वैक्यूल्स के अंदर में डाइजेशन चलता है. द रिस्पायरेशन इज अकर्ड थ्रू जनरल आउटर सरफेस ऑफ द बॉडी ऑफ प्रोटोजोन्स. Excretion is occurred through the general outer surface or through contractile vacuole in case of protozoans. Protozoans reproduce asexually by a binary or a multiple fission and budding, and sexual mode of reproduction is taking place by conjugation or by the fusion of gametes. So there are common examples of protozoans here. The phylum Protozoa has examples like Euglena, Entamoeba histolytica and Plasmodium vivax. For your syllabus, the type study of Plasmodium vivax is studying for the students. So here is on this slide the pictorial image along with the taxonomic classification is shown. Kingdom Protista, subkingdom Protozoa, phylum Epicomplexa, class Sporozoa, order Eucocydellida, family Plasmodidae and the genus Plasmodium. So the Plasmodium vivax pictorial photograph is shown on the slide along with the classification. So it was about the general character of phylum Protozoa. Now let's move toward on the next phylum, that is phylum Porifera. General characters of phylum Porifera. It is the second phylum. Poriferas are multicellular animals having cellular grade of organization, and there is no distinct tissues, organs or the systems are developed. These poriferas are aquatic, mostly marine animals, and some of the poriferas are also found in the freshwater forms. These are also solitary or colonial, अकेले रहते हैं, कभी कभी वो कॉलोनी करके भी रहते हैं. All sessile, attached to various objects. Symmetry of poriferas is radial, or sometimes in case of certain poriferans there is no symmetry found. Size of sponges 1 centimeter to 1 meter. Shape may be cylindrical, vase shaped, cup shaped, spherical or disc shaped. So there is no proper shape for the poriferans. Body wall with outer pinacoderm, that is dermal epithelium, is covered on the body wall. Inner choanoderm, that is gastral epithelium, and gelatinous non-cellular mesenchyme in between the two layers. So mesenchyme consists of skeletal elements and pre-amoeboid cells. Cells of poriferans loosely arranged and do not truly diploblastic. जो इनकी सेल्स रहती है लूजली अरेंज रहती है एंड डिप्लोब्लास्टिक लेयर ऑफ जर्म फॉर्मेशन नहीं दिखाती है. स्पॉन्जेस कंटेन सिंगल बॉडी कैविटी. जो पोरिफेरंस है उनमें जो साइकॉन और जो बात स्पॉन्ज एग्जांपल्स है एनिमल्स के, उनकी जो बॉडी रहती है वो सिंगल बॉडी कैविटी रहती है, उसे कहते हैं स्पॉन्जोसेल. इंटरनल स्केलेटन इज ऑफ कैल्केरियस और सिलिसियस स्पिक्यूल्स और हॉर्नी स्पॉन्जिन फाइबर्स or both, or absent sometimes in case of certain poriferans. Digestion is intracellular in food vacuoles. जो इनमें डाइजेशन चलता है वो इंट्रासेलुलर रहता है. विद द हेल्प ऑफ फूड वैक्यूल्स के सहारे डाइजेशन चलता है. नो रिस्पिरेटरी और एक्सक्रीटरी ऑर्गन्स. देयर इज absent of respiratory as well as excretory organs. Sponges are ammonotelic, that is their main excretory waste is ammonia. इनका जो एक्सक्रीशन चलता है वो अमोनिया के थ्रू से चलता है. दीज आर अमोनोटेलिक. द सेन सेल्स एंड द नर्व सेल्स आर absent, बट ईच सेल इज डायरेक्टली स्टिमुलेटेड एंड ऑल्सो ट्रांसमिट्स सेंसेशन टू अदर सेल्स. Choanocytes or flagellated collar cells lined by special chambers. Amoeboids are the work horses of sponge economy. Sponges are hermaphrodite animals, that is both the sexes are present in same animal, but cross fertilization is a rule. Sexual reproduction is carried out by the formation of sperms and the ova. Fertilization is internal, that is taking place inside the body of that poriferans. A sexual mode of reproduction is taking place by the help of the regeneration or fragmentation, budding or the gemmules. Cleavage type is holoblastic, and development takes place is direct in poriferans through a free swimming ciliated larva which is known as amphiblastula or the parenchyma larva. So इनमें जो ग्रोथ होती है वो एम्फीब्लास्टुला और पैरेंचाइमुला लार्वा के थ्रू अडल्ट पोरिफेरंस की ग्रोथ होती है. So it was about the general characters of phylum Porifera. These are examples of phylum Porifera. On this slide you can see Cycon or Cypha, bath sponge and Euplectilla, the examples of phylum Porifera. The pictorial image of Cypha is shown on this slide along with the classification, systematic position of the Cypha. It comes under the phylum Porifera, class Calcarea, order Heterocilla, family Cicetidae, and the genus is Cypha, or it is also known as Cycon. Let's move toward on the next phylum, Coelenterata, which is also known as Cnidaria. General characters of phylum Coelenterata or the Cnidaria. Coelenterates are aquatic, mostly marine, and few of them are freshwater coelenterates. Tissue grade of organization is seen in coelenterates. Organs and the organ systems are absent in case of Cnidarians or the coelenterates. They are diploblastic. Body is formed of two layers of cells, viz, an outer ectoderm and an inner endoderm, with non-cellular jelly-like layers of mesogloia in between the ectoderm and endoderm layers. मीन्स इनकी जो बॉडी बनी हुई रहती है वो दो लेयर ऑफ सेल्स से बनी हुई रहती है, एक्टोडर्म एंड एंडोडर्म से. रेडियल सिमिट्री with oral and aboral ends. There is no definite head is present in coelenterate or the cnidarians. A central cavity called as the gastrovascular cavity, which opens to exterior by hypostome, which is known as mouth, surrounded by the sensory tentacles. There is anus absent in coelenterates and cnidarians. Digestion is both intracellular as well as extracellular, seen in coelenterates. Presence of stinging cells or ctenoblast in the ectoderm. The ctenoblast cells possesses the capsules called as the nematocyst containing poisonous fluid. Nematocyst serves for stinging, adhesive, offense and defense, and food capturing purpose in case of coelenterates. Respiration and excretion process occurs by the diffusion phenomenon through the body surface in cnidarians. Skeleton external or internal lining or in the form of sclerites protein. Coelenterates are acoelomates. Acoelomates रहते हैं. That is, there is no separation between the digestive cavity and the general body cavity. Means both the cavities are attached together. Hence, they are known as acoelomates. Nervous system is primitive and formed of a network of nerve cells and fibers throughout body. Reproduction is taking place in coelenterates by both asexual and sexual means. Asexual mode of reproduction is taking place by budding, and sexual mode of reproduction is taking place with the help of sperms and ova. In coelenterate or the cnidarians, cleavage is holoblastic, that is complete type of cleavage taking place in coelenterates. Development is indirect with the help of planula larva, means the adult coelenterate is developed with the help of planula larva. Cnidarian shows the phenomenon of polymorphism, that is two or more morphological different types of individuals are present in the colony of the same species. That is, polyp and medusa is generally seen in case of coelenterates. Examples of phylum Coelenterata. You can see here there are four major examples of phylum Coelenterata. Metridium is good example of Coelenterata, and for the syllabus Metridium is for studying to the students of BSc Part 1 in semester first. Obelia, Aurelia, Tribipora are also examples of phylum Coelenterata or the Cnidaria. You can see the pictorial image of Metridium along with the classification. Metridium comes under the phylum Coelenterata, class Anthozoa, subclass Hexacoralia, order Actinaria, and genus Metridium. Next phylum, phylum Platyhelminthes. Starts with the general characters of phylum Platyhelminthes. These are parasitic forms, commensal or free living. Tissue or organ grade of organization is seen in Platyhelminthes. They shows the triploblastic, that is body derived from three embryonic germ layers, ectoderm, endoderm and mesoderm. Cleavage pattern is bilaterally symmetrical. Body unsegmented except in class Cestoda, means इनकी जो बॉडी रहती है वो अनसेगमेंटेड बॉडी रहती है. दे आर असिलोमेट, दैट इज़ विदाउट ट्रू बॉडी कैविटी. इनके बॉडी ऑर्गेनल्स में कैविटी नहीं पाई जाती. एडिजिव स्ट्रक्चर्स लाइक हुक्स, स्पाइन्स एंड द सकर्स आर कॉमन इन पैरासाइटिक फॉर्म्स इन प्लैटिहेलमिन्थीस. एपिडर्मिस सेलुलर और सिंसाइशियल, फ्रिक्वेंटली सिलिएटेड. जो प्लैटिहेलमिन्थीस रहती है उनमें जो एपिडर्मिस रहती है, आउटर डर्म जो रहती है वो सेलुलर रहती है, और सम प्लैटिहेलमिन्थीस में जो आउटर डर्म रहती है वो सिलिएटेड फॉर्म में रहती है. उनके आउटर सरफेस पे सिलियाज प्रेजेंट रहते हैं. मस्कुलर सिस्टम इज ऑफ मेसोडर्मल ओरिजिन. डाइजेस्टिव सिस्टम ऑफ प्लैटिहेलमिन्थीस इज ब्रांच्ड एंड इनकम्प्लीट विदाउट एनस. जो प्लैटिहेलमिन्थीस रहते हैं उनमें एनस एब्सेंट रहता है, और जो सिस्टम रहती है डाइजेशन की वो इनकम्प्लीट रहती है, पूरी तरह से वेल फंक्शन नहीं रहती है, वेल कंप्लीटेड नहीं रहती है. skeletal, respiratory and circular system is absent in case of platyhelminthes. जो फ्लैट बॉडीड वर्म है उनमें स्केलेटल, रिस्पिरेटरी एंड सर्कुलेटरी सिस्टम absent रहती है. Excretory system includes lateral canals and the protonephridia, that is flame cells, are only responsible for the excretion purpose in platyhelminthes. Nervous system primitive consists of a pair of anterior ganglia with longitudinal nerve cords. सेंस ऑर्गन सिंपल, प्लेटिहेल्मिंथिस में सेंस ऑर्गन सिंपल रहते हैं. आई स्पॉट्स और फोटोरिसेप्टर आर प्रेजेंट इन फ्री लिविंग फॉर्म. जो आई स्पॉट्स रहते हैं, फोटोरिसेप्टर रहते हैं, वो उनके बॉडी में प्रेजेंट रहते हैं लेकिन फ्री लिविंग फॉर्म में प्रेजेंट रहते हैं. ये जो फ्लैट बॉडी वर्म है ये हर्माफ्रोडाइट होते हैं विथ कॉम्प्लेक्स रिप्रोडक्टिव सिस्टम. मीन्स बोथ द मेल एंड फीमेल सेक्सेस आर प्रेजेंट इन द सेम एनिमल विच इज़ नोन एज हर्माफ्रोडाइट एनिमल. एंड ये जो प्लेटिहेल्मिंथिस रहते हैं वो हर्माफ्रोडाइट रहते हैं विद द कॉम्प्लेक्स रिप्रोडक्टिव सिस्टम. फर्टिलाइजेशन इज इंटरनल, दैट इज फ्यूजन ऑफ बोथ male and female sexes is taking place inside the body of that flat bodied worm, maybe cross sometimes or self. Development is taking place directly or indirectly with a complicated life cycle involving many larvae and the hosts. Here are on this slide which is showing the examples of phylum Platyhelminthes. A good example of phylum Platyhelminthes is flat bodied Fasciola hepatica, which is also known as liver fluke. So you can see here the Fasciola hepatica picture along with the systematic classification. This Fasciola hepatica liver fluke comes under the phylum Platyhelminthes, class Trematoda, order Digenea, family Fasciolidae, genus Fasciola and species Hepatica. So it was about the general characters of phylum Platyhelminthes and a good example of Fasciola hepatica. Let's move toward on the phylum Aschelminthes. General characters of phylum Aschelminthes. Aschelminthes are mostly aquatic animals, free living or parasitic, usually small, even microscopic. बहुत ही छोटे रहते हैं. विद द हेल्प ऑफ माइक्रोस्कोप के सहारे हमें उनको देख सकते हैं. Some reach a length of meter or more than a meter. Body is slender, vermiform, unsegmented, bilaterally symmetrical and triploblastic. That is 3 germ layer of cells showing by the Aschelminthes: ectoderm, endoderm and mesoderm. Triploblastic layer of germ cells. Organ grade of body organization is shown by the Aschelminthes. इनके अंदर में जो ऑर्गन्स रहते हैं वो फुल्ली डेवलप्ड हुए रहते हैं. Body wall with syncytial or cellular epidermis, externally covered with the thick cuticle of scleroprotein. Cilia absent except the cilia of rotifers. जो रोटिफर्स रहते हैं एस्केलमेंथिस उनके बॉडी के ऊपर सिलिया प्रेजेंट रहते हैं, नहीं तो जो बाकी के एस्केलमेंथिस है राउंड वर्म है उनमें सिलिया है absent रहते हैं. Digestive canal complete with the mouth, specialized pharynx straight, not muscular intestine and the posterior anus. There is absence of total circulatory and respiratory system in Aschelminthes. Excretory system consists of protonephridia and canals, and with the help of that protonephridia, the excretory system of Aschelminthes is running up. Nervous system of cerebral ganglia with anterior and posterior nerve. These Aschelminthes are mostly dioecious, that is male and female sexes are separately seen. Male usually smaller than the female. Development usually direct with no larval stages, or indirect with a complicated life history in Aschelminthes. Example of phylum Aschelminthes is Ascaris lumbricoides. Here is the male and female Ascaris lumbricoides is shown on this slide along with the systematic classification. That Ascaris lumbricoides comes under the phylum Aschelminthes, kingdom Animalia, phylum Nematoda, class Phasmida, order Ascaroidea, genus Ascaris and the species Lumbricoides. So it was about the general characters with good example of phylum Aschelminthes. Move toward on the next phylum, phylum Annelida. General characters of phylum Annelida. Let's move with the annelida. Annelids are mostly aquatic animals, marine or freshwater. Some terrestrial annelids are also seen, which is burrowing or living in tubes, sedentary or free living. Some are parasitic, that is endoparasitic also. Body of annelids triploblastic, bilaterally symmetrical, elongated and worm-like. Body wall is contractile. Annelids की जो body wall रहती है वो contractile रहती है. Locomotory organs are segmentally arranged. Alimentary canal is tube-like, complete, extending from mouth to anus. Respiration occurs through general body surface. इनमें जो respiration चलता है वो body surface के माध्यम से चलता है. There is closed circulatory system is found in annelids. Excretion by segmentally arranged nephridia. With the help of nephridia, excretion system is running off here. Nervous system well developed. Dorsal cerebral ganglion, ventral nerve cord. Sexes are separate, or sometimes annelida shows the hermaphroditism. Development in case of annelids is direct in monoecious forms, but indirect in dioecious forms through free swimming larval stages, that is trochophore larva. Means trochophore larva shows the good example of phylum Annelida. Examples of phylum Annelida, there are three main animals comes under that phyla. Leech, earthworm and nereis. For the studying purpose to the students, good example of leech is taking under the phylum Annelida. Here is also leech is showing in the pictorial form along with the taxonomic position. Leech is comes under the phylum Annelida, class Hirudinea, order Gnathobdelida, genus Hirudinaria, and species Granulosa. So the leech is comes under the phylum Annelida. Next phylum Arthropoda. Move on the general characters of that phylum. Arthropods are triploblastic, bilaterally symmetrical, metamerically segmented animals. ये जो animals रहते हैं ये unsegmented animals रहते हैं. इनके बॉडी के ऊपर segments पाए जाते हैं. Body is covered with the thick chitinous cuticle forming an exoskeleton. Body segments usually bear paired lateral and the jointed appendages. इनके बॉडी ऊपर jointed appendages मिलते हैं. Body cavity is hemocoel. जो cavity रहती है उनके अंदर hemocoel पाया जाता है. Digestive system is complete here in case of arthropods, and mouth parts are adapted for various modes of feeding. इनके जो mouth parts रहते हैं वो on the basis of their feeding habitat वो mouth parts क्या रहते हैं उनका adaptations अलग अलग चलता है. Circulatory organ is open here in case of arthropods with a dorsal heart, arteries and the blood sinuses. मतलब open circulatory system is seen in arthropods. Respiration is taking place by general body surfaces, gills, trachea or the book lungs. So here trachea and book lungs are playing important role for the respiration purpose in arthropods. Excretory organs are green glands or the Malpighian tubules. Malpighian tubules के माध्यम से यहाँ पे excretion चलता है. Nervous system is with a dorsal nerve ring and the double ventral nerve cord. Dorsal nerve ring and the double ventral nerve cord is following the nervous system. Cilia are entirely absent from all parts of the body. इनके body के ऊपर cilia totally absent रहते हैं. Sexes are generally separate and sexual dimorphism is often exhibited by several forms. Fertilization is internal, that is taking place inside the body of animal. Development is taking place indirectly through a larval stages, that is zoea larva. Parental care is also often will marked in many arthropods. जो arthropods है वो parental care का एक उत्तम उदाहरण कह के कहलाती जाते हैं. Examples of phylum Arthropoda. So there are 8 examples are showing on this slide. Cockroach, prawn, limulus, arania, scolopendra, julus, moth, mosquito. So these all examples comes under the phylum Arthropoda. And for the study purpose in your syllabus, cockroach type study is taking for the studying purpose. Cockroach comes under the phylum Arthropoda, class Insecta, order Blattaria, family Blattidae, genus Periplaneta and the species Americana. नेक्स्ट फाइलम, फाइलम मोलुस्का, सॉफ्ट बॉडीड एनिमल्स. Phylum. General characters of phylum Mollusca. Mollusks are essentially aquatic, mostly marine, few freshwater and some are amphibious form. कोई जो मोलुस्क रहते हैं वो पानी में भी रहते हैं और लैंड पे भी रहते हैं, इसलिए उन्हें कहा जाता है एम्फीबियस फॉर्म. जनरली aquatic रहते हैं, कुछ मराइन रहते हैं, कुछ फ्रेश वाटर में भी रहते हैं. बॉडी इज सॉफ्ट अनसेगमेंटेड, उनके बॉडी के ऊपर सेगमेंट नहीं रहता है, सॉफ्ट बॉडी रहते हैं. Bilaterally symmetrical and consist of head, foot, mantle and visceral mass. Head is distinct, bearing mouth, eyes and tentacles, but tentacles are absent in class Pelisapoda and the Scaphopoda. Mollusk has a large muscular ventral foot which is modified in different forms and the functions. उनका जो पैरों का निचला भाग है वो डिफरेंट फॉर्म्स और फंक्शंस के लिए मॉडिफाई ऑलरेडी किया हुआ रहता है. Mantle or pallium covers the visceral mass, contains internal organs and secretes the shell. In case of the mollusk animal, shell when present usually univalve, उनके बॉडी के ऊपर शेल्स मतलब आउटर कवरिंग किए जाती है उन मोलुस्क एनिमल्स के माध्यम से, उन्हें यूनिवॉल्व कहते हैं. कंस्टिट्यूटिंग एन एक्जोस्केलेटन, जो शेल बना हुआ रहता है उसे एक्जोस्केलेटन कहते हैं, वो टफेस्ट पोर्शन रहता है. Internal shell in some mollusk also. Body skin single layered, mostly ciliated with the mucous glands. जो स्किन रहती है उनके बॉडी की वो मोस्टली सिंगल लेयर रहती है और सिलिएटेड रहती है with the mucous glands. Body cavity is hemocoel. True coelom is represented by the pericardial cavity and gonadal cavity and kidneys. Alimentary tract is either straight or coiled. जो डाइजेशन में अलाइमेंट्री ट्रैक्ट रहता है, जो डाइजेस्टिव ट्रैक्ट उसे हम कहते हैं, वो स्ट्रेट रहता है, कॉइल्ड रहता है. जॉज आर प्रेजेंट इन मेनी इन स्पेशली गैस्ट्रोपोड्स एंड सिफेलोपोड्स. जो गैस्ट्रोपोड्स रहते हैं मतलब एप्पल स्नेल उसमें आती है, और जो सिफेलोपोड्स रहते हैं उनमें जॉज प्रेजेंट रहते हैं. फायरिंग्स हैज रैस्पिंग ऑर्गन दैट इज रेडुला एक्सेप्ट इन क्लास पेलिसाइपोड्स. जो फायरिंग्स रहता है उनके पास में रैस्पिंग ऑर्गन रहता है, उसे कहते हैं रेडुला. उस रेडुला में पेयर फॉर्म में टिस्क प्रेजेंट रहते हैं. सो वो रेडुला जो है वो रेडुला प्रेजेंट रहता है एक्सेप्ट इन क्लास पेलिसाइपोड्स. जो पेलिसाइपोड्स क्लास से फाइलम मोलुस्का में उनमें रेडुला एब्सेंट रहता है. सर्कुलेटरी सिस्टम इज ओपन टाइप कंसिस्टिंग ऑफ डॉर्सल हार्ट विथ 1 or 2 ऑरिकल्स एंड 1 वेंट्रिकल्स. मतलब 2 ऑरिकल्स रहते हैं, 1 वेंट्रिकल रहता है. एंड ये जो सर्कुलेटरी सिस्टम है ओपन टाइप सर्कुलेटरी सिस्टम रहती है. Respiratory system in case of mollusk consists of 1 or more pairs of ctenidia or gills, usually provided with osphradium and olfactory organ present at the base. मतलब 2 modes of respiration चलता है. एरियल मोड ऑफ रिस्पिरेशन साथ में aquatic mode of respiration. अगर एरियल मोड ऑफ रिस्पिरेशन मोलुस्क में चलता है तो वहाँ पे लंग्स आर वेरी वेल डेवलप्ड इन केस ऑफ दैट मोलुस्क. अगर वहाँ पे aquatic mode of respiration चलता है तो गिल्स और द टिनिडिया आर परफॉर्मिंग देयर इंपॉर्टेंट रोल. Excretion by paired metanephridia with the help of kidneys, the excretion taking place here in case of mollusk. Nervous system of paired ganglia, connectives and the nerves. मतलब nerves रहते हैं, connectives रहते हैं, paired ganglia रहते हैं, उनके माध्यम से nervous system activated रहती है. Sense organs includes paired tentacles, eyes, statocyst and the osphradium. ये जो sense organs है ये sense organs mollusk में बहुत sensitivity दिखाते हैं. Examples of phylum mollusca. On this slide you can see the 5 major examples of phylum mollusca. For the study purpose, Pila globosa is taking place as a type study. Pila globosa, chiton, dentalium, unio and octopus are examples of the phylum mollusca. Pila comes under the phylum mollusca, class gastropoda, order prosobranchiata, suborder pectinobranchiata, family Pilidae, genus Pila and species Globosa. It was about the phylum mollusca. Next phylum is phylum echinodermata, and the last second last phylum or the last phylum of the invertebrates, phylum echinodermata. General characters of phylum echinodermata. These echinoderms are marine, free living and mostly bottom dwellers animals. फ्री लिविंग एनिमल्स रहते हैं, मराइन में ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा पाए जाते हैं, और जो ओशियन और सी लेवल के जो बॉटम लेयर रहती है वहाँ पे उनका हैबिटेट जनरली ज़्यादा मिलता है. These are triptoplastic, coelomate and unsegmented animals. बॉडी शेप स्टार लाइक, इनकी जो बॉडी रहती है जनरली स्टार लाइक रहती है, मतलब 5 आर्म से उनकी बॉडी शेप अपना स्टार लाइक अपियरेंस दिखाती है. डिस्कॉइडल, सर्कुलर और सिलेंड्रिकल विथ वेल डेवलप्ड ओवरऑल एंड अबओरल सर्फेसेस. अडल्ट शोज द रेडियल सिमेट्री बट द लार्वल फॉर्म शोज द बायलैटरल सिमेट्री. मतलब ये जो अडल्ट इकानोडर्म्स रहते हैं वो रेडियल सिमेट्री दिखाते हैं, और जो उनका जो लार्वल फॉर्म रहता है वो बचपन में बायलैटरली सिमेट्रिकल फॉर्म दिखाते हैं. एंडोस्केलेटल इन द फॉर्म ऑफ कैल्केरियस मेसोडर्मल प्लेट्स. जो उनका एंडोस्केलेटन रहता है, जो इनर का जो बोनी रीजन रहता है वो कैल्केरियस मेसोडर्मल प्लेट से बना हुआ रहता है. यूनिक फीचर ऑफ दिस फाइलम is the presence of coelomic canals. It is also known as the water vascular system or the ambulacral system with the help of tube feet. So it is the unique feature in the in this phyla, that is presence of water vascular system or ambulacral system with tube feet. Body cavity in case of echinoderms is large. Digestive system is usually complete, simple and coiled. There is a complete absence of excretory organs. इनमें excretory organs नहीं पाए जाते. Blood vascular system is poorly developed in case of echinoderms. Respiration occurs through a variety of structures, body wall, podia and gills. Nervous system is primitive, usually 3 nerve rings around the mouth. जो nervous system रहती है वो primitive रहती है. 3 nerve rings mouth के around में पाए जाते हैं. सेंस नर्व्स आर पुअरली डेवलप्ड. जो echinoderms में सेंस ऑर्गन्स रहते हैं वो भी पुअरली डेवलप रहते हैं. सेक्स से सेपरेट रहते हैं. रिप्रोडक्शन इज यूजुअली सेक्शुअल. सम ऑफ द echinoderms reproduce asexually or by the regeneration process or the asexual mode of reproduction. Fertilization is taking place externally, means out of the body of animal. Fertilization जो चलता है वो बाहर चलता है बॉडी के इस echinoderms में. डेवलपमेंट इन echinoderms इज इनडायरेक्ट थ्रू द फ्री स्विमिंग लार्वा. जो इनमें जो डेवलपमेंट होती है वो इनडायरेक्ट चलती है थ्रू द फ्री स्विमिंग लार्वा. So it was about the general characters of phylum echinodermata. Here on this slide you can see the examples of phylum echinodermata. There are 6 examples of echinodermata showing on this slide: Asterias, Antedon, Holothuria, Echinus, sea star and the brittle star. Common starfish is for a studying purpose for the student of BSc Part 1, Semester 1. Asterias having kingdom Animalia, phylum Echinodermata, class Asteroidea, order Forcipulatida, family Asteridae, genus Asterias and the species Rubens. So the Asterias or the starfish is for the studying purpose to the BSc Part 1 students, and these are examples of the phylum Echinodermata. So it was about the general characters of phylum Protozoa up to the phylum Echinodermata. So thank you so much here. Thanks to everybody. Thanks till here. I am thankful for the organizer to invite me as a resource person for this guest lecture. I am so much thankful for the head of Department of Zoology, Dr. A.B. Ingole ma'am, Dr. A.U. Ghavre sir and Professor Sumit Wankhede sir. I am too much thankful for the principal of this Mahatma Jyotiba Phule College of Science, Commerce and Arts, Bhatkuli district, Amravati, Principal Dr. K.S. Zambade sir. I am thankful to the students and all organizers and participants who listen me at the end of this session. Thank you so much. Thank you.